everyone. After a long summer, here's the PYP Traveler to introduce you to Season 2, which will be full of new informative videos about any aspect of the PYP life. So now we're back in the school and in the classroom, and the first video for the new season will be how we decorate the PYP Classroom. Before we start with the departments that we will be circulating the classroom when it comes to the PYP, you have to think that the classroom is a toolbox. So the toolbox has all the materials and the tools for the students to have an inquiry-based experience. And of course, based on the agency, we will be facilitating them in their learning. So the most important thing in a classroom is the desk formation. Through some experience, I came to realize that when working in small groups, the learning and the collaboration is more effective. So, according to the dimensions of your classroom, you can play with the formation of the desks and the chairs. Then you will be having your stationery. So of course, every student brings their own stuff and so forth, but it's good to have some stationery in handy. For example, markers, colorful pencils, and some watercolors. As a PYP classroom, you should always have the key elements of the PYP on your walls as key elements that students could refer to. So we have the key concepts, we have the transdisciplinary themes. It's good to laminate them so you will be using them for the years to come. You have your learner profiles and your approaches to learning. So which pictures you will be having, it's totally up to you, because it's either what you want to download or what you want to create. I tend to create my own, but if I find something which is more useful, then I will use that. Another thing I tend to do is to have my own inquiry wall, which I renew every time I start with a new unit, because it's like an indicator of the unit that we are working, and it has all the key elements that we inquire at that given unit. So we have the transdisciplinary theme, we have the central idea, the lines of inquiry, the key concepts, the ATL skills, and the learning profiles that we will focus on a unit. And of course, we will add the lines and the central idea and all of the rest by adding paper tags, or by taking the laminated pictures and unpin them from the wall and stick them here. So by having a holistic overview of the unit, the students will understand the central idea more effectively and holistically. Another important element is to have your own library corner. This varies depending on the genres that you have books, if you have available at your school. Like here I have my non-fiction and my fiction books, I have my dictionaries, and I also have my teacher's books for extra references, for grammar books or math, to find some activities and work on. I also tend to have an electronics box where all the students put their tablets and laptops there, so that they will use them only when it's mandatory for them for the research. Otherwise, they tend to play with their electronics, or they will not pay attention in the lessons. And of course, with the library corner comes the reading area, which due to some space, let's say limitations, for my class I have a couch and I have a mat where students can sit here, and they can also view the whiteboard and any projections that we have with the projector. Last but not least, it's good to have a filing system in your classroom, which will help you organize the worksheets and the job that is done in the classroom. First of all, for you, because you will correct and you will file them, or the students, or both of you, because you are all collaborators in your classroom. So you can have to be filed or to be corrected tray You have some old worksheets that maybe someone forgot somewhere and they found out, so there you have it. And recycling, because you can use some papers that you just cut and then you don't need. Of course, you can have some extra areas like the math area or language area. It's up to you if you have more walls, if you have more space, and you can add there whatever you learn. And of course, you will be having some small spaces to add the posters and the work that the students are producing during the unit. And this will be very amazing for the students because they will keep learning and they will keep reflecting on what they created in each line of inquiry. So at the end of every unit, the whole classroom will be like a journal. Will be like a journal, full of learning, full of indicators that it's also your evidence of what you did for the unit. And whoever enters your classroom will know what you are inquiring, what you're researching at a given time. So it's very, very useful to have a tidy and organized classroom, and your walls need to be tagged, I would say, with the laminated sheets and pictures and the work of the students. So that was it, guys. This is the first video for season 2 of the PYP Traveler. Make sure you subscribe and you watch season 1 in case you haven't, and stay tuned because from now on we will be uploading videos on more practical issues in the classroom.